Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome once again to the mess hall here at Dr. Jet Laboratories. Today's Saturday. You know, normally I would be thinking about going to the pond and such, but I've been permanently banned because I'm a duck murderer. So, working on other plans. Anyway, I thought I would lament the disappearance of 1/16th scale hydros. I got to thinking a little while ago. I moved up to Moses Lake, Washington 30 years ago and lived on a lake. And I was flying RC airplanes at the time and was getting Grotner catalogs. And here I'm living on a lake. I'm getting these Grotner catalogs. There's boats in the catalog. So I got a couple of Grotner boats. The Mambo, which was a little mono. And then later on a Key West, which was a 21-inch cat. I still have a Key West out there. Anyway, there was a group up in the Tri-Cities area, which was Pasco, Kennewick, in there. Anyway, they were running 1/16th scale hydroplanes. And some guy, and I forget who it was making vacuum-formed hulls of several different versions from a round nose up through modern turbine hydroplanes. So he had quite an inventory. And he went by the name of Electric Thunder. And that name still sort of lives on with the guys up in the Northeast that are racing 1/10th scale. And I think that's where they came from, was that group that was racing 16th scale. But it was just about 30 years ago at this time. And I built a DPI, American Dream, hydroplane, which is going to be real close to the American Spirit. It was the same thing. It was blue on the front and red and white stripes on the back. And I had fun with that. I ran it on an Astro 05 Marine. Everybody ran brush motors back then. Nobody had heard of brushless yet. Steve New had yet to go to Germany and pick up the info. Anyhow, that got me really interested in 1/16th scale because this is 1/16th scale. It's big enough to handle some water, and it's small enough to be easily transported. Now you'll notice this particular one is covered in dust. It does not live in a case, and so it gets covered in dust. And so this is my 1/16th scale guy. I still haven't finished him. You know, he needs a steering wheel. He needs to sit in his seat. These exhaust headers need to be attached to this Allison. But you know, it's pretty close to done. I've actually run the thing. It has an articulated rudder. Through a Rube Goldberg device, I've actually got this rudder tied into this rudder. You'd have to see it to believe it. And so a lot of this I did to try and keep the scale look. This is one of Randy Naylor's old stainless steel rudders that I ground down to look like a hydroplane rudder. And the mounting bracket was a piece of square tubing that I fixed up to look like, you know, a scale rudder bracket. Even has the lift eyes on it here. Huh? And all the spark plug wiring. It even has, get a load of this, it even has those hose clamps on the hoses between the intake manifolds. So anyway, you know, carburetor, check it out, carburetor linkage. Anyway, I wish 1/16 scale would come back. I wish somebody made nice scale fiberglass hulls of, round noses, pickle forks, modern turbines, you name it. I think it's just a great size for racing. You don't have to put a lot of money or effort into it to get them to work. They're easy to transport. It's too bad. It's too bad this just hasn't caught on. So this thing will probably languish incomplete for a long, long, long time. There's not much more to do to it. Scale details. Mount the hood. I was going to have a little pin that goes in here and 2 pins that went in there so it would just go on, because sometimes he raced it with the hood, sometimes he raced it without the hood. Although in this color scheme, this boat only ran one race in 1958 and then later got renamed Miss Detroit, and they had taken the sponsons off, and there was a join line here that occurred after that. But yeah, the short circuit. I picked this hull because, 1, I liked the colors and they were easy to duplicate. 2, I liked the graphics because I could do them on my black and white Xerox printer. Same with the outlines here. So, and I like the double entendre of the name, triple entendre of the name Short Circuit, because it's an electric boat. It goes in a very short circuit, and when you get it wet, it short circuits. So that was why I picked this particular hull. And I've just, since I had so much of these graphics, I've been throwing them on everything else I've done for a long time, just because I can. So anyway, I thought I'd fill you in on Dr. Jet's lament of the demise of 1/16 scale racing. It's too bad, because it's a fun scale. Okay, boys and girls, until next time, Jet out.